So just talking about a client that I met with over the last couple of days. And so this lady is typical for my area of North Carolina. 62 years old, been working all of her life. Smart lady. She works for an accountant. She's a bookkeeper. She does a lot of books. Lady probably makes $75,000 to $90,000 a year. Well, she and her husband put themselves in some debt about 4 years ago, and they bought a house. Well, 2 years later, the husband died. His income is gone. They did not take out any sort of life insurance policy whenever they bought the house. So that note's a 20-year note, $200,000. His income is gone. So I'm meeting with her and going over her budget, her income, her money, trying to create a path for her to be just financially better off. And I see all of these expenses, and I was like, what are all these expenses? She was like, oh, they're life insurance policies for her grown children and grandchildren. I said, well, this adds up to, $500 a month in expenses. She was like, oh, well, they all come out at different times. I just didn't recognize it. I said, well, how long have you been doing this? She said, well, probably 10, 15 years. This lady was paying $500 a month in life insurance for children and grandchildren, but had nothing for herself. And whenever I asked her, why she was doing that, she was like, well, I was just always afraid that if something happened to one of them, that I wouldn't have enough money to bury them. I said, I understand that, but they're all grown now. They can pay for their own life insurance policies. That just kind of bent her brain a little bit to do that. And I said, this $500 is a game changer a month for you. If you are not financially putting yourself first, and whenever I say yourself, it is my job to put me first, it is my wife's job to put her first, and then we come together as a married couple and we put each other first. And a lot of people get twisted up about that because they're looking at the house. But my wife's needs, if I die, are different than mine if she died. But that does not change the fact that we are putting each other first. People need to learn to put themselves financially first. If you want to be financially educated and put yourself in a good position to be financially well off, you have to get back to baseline zero. You have to figure out how to put yourself first, especially if your children are grown. Because I tell all of my clients this, if I'm not treating myself right, I'm not going to be able to treat anybody else right. If I don't financially take care of myself and my house first, then how am I going to have enough money, time, effort, mental space to take care of anybody else? You got to learn to put yourself first, and that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing, because just like if you were on an airplane, they tell you if the mask comes down, you put it on yourself first. You ain't worth a damn if you're dead. You can't help your kids or nobody. So guys, put yourself first.